When you think of a person from Britain or Europe, how do you imagine them? White-skinned with light-coloured hair and eyes? But have these descriptors always been true of all Britons throughout British history? Here is a compilation of work conducted by scientists, archaeologists and artists that will question our perception of British identity. My story starts in 1903 Somerset, when Britain's oldest complete set of bones were found in Gough's Cave in Cheddar Gorge. He became known as the Cheddar Man. His bones were radiocarbon dated, and he was found to be more than 10,000 years old. Cheddar Man was from the Mesolithic period, which is the middle part of Stone Age. Following recent advances in science, DNA was extracted from Cheddar Man and analysed. Cheddar Man was found to have the genetic markers of dark skin pigmentation found in people from sub-Saharan Africa. Discoveries of Mesolithic human remains throughout Europe show a very similar picture. They had dark skin, pale-coloured eyes, and dark brown hair. From the Cheddar Man in the Mesolithic age, we move to the White Hawk woman who lived in Sussex 5,600 years ago in the Neolithic age. The Neolithic age is the final part of the Stone Age. It began 10,000 years BC in North Africa when human beings moved from being hunter-gatherers to agriculture. White Hawk Woman was recreated by forensic scientists at the Natural History Museum with dark skin, brown hair, and brown eyes. When Neolithic migrants like White Hawk Woman arrived in Britain in 4000 BC, they not only brought agriculture and farming to Britain, but also a tradition of building using large stones known as megaliths. Stonehenge was part of this tradition. From the prehistoric times, we now move to historic times, to Lucius Septimius Severus. Lucius Septimius Severus was born in Africa during the Roman Empire. He worked in the Roman army and moved swiftly up the ranks, eventually seizing power after the death of Emperor Pertinax. As emperor, Severus won many battles from Africa to Arabia and eventually came to Britain, where he strengthened Hadrian's Wall and invaded Scotland with an army of 50,000 men. But soon afterwards he contracted an infectious disease and died in 211 in York, England. In 2007, Jack Straw, a former British Foreign Secretary, wrote an article for The Guardian called St. George, the Turkish Arab. St. George lived during the Roman times, and in his article, Jack Straw writes, St. George, the patron saint of England, was born in 280 in Turkey to a Palestinian woman. He is so multicultural, we have to share him with Lithuania, Portugal, Germany, Greece, Georgia, Moscow, Istanbul, Beirut, and Palestine itself. St. George lived in England for a few years, and today St. George's Day is celebrated in England on April 23rd, which is the day he died in 303 AD. 4th century York was a cosmopolitan Roman city and was home to wealthy people from across the empire, like the Ivory Bangle Lady. When the Ivory Bangle Lady's skeleton was found in 1901, she was wearing ivory and jet bangles, a bracelet of blue glass beads, silver and bronze pendants, and 2 yellow glass earrings. Recent analysis showed that she was a high-status young adult female of North African heritage who spent her childhood in the west of Britain and died aged 18 to 23 years. York shifted from being a major Roman city to a Viking stronghold in 10th century Britain. burial, SK3379, was excavated in York in 1990 and was from the Viking era. Osteological analysis is used to study ancestral bones to find the gender, age at birth, death, race, and height. Osteological analysis showed that unlike other similar burial sites, SK3379 was unusual in that he was of African or mixed ancestry. This work by scientists, archaeologists, and artists working with establishments like English Heritage, Natural History Museum, and Jorvik Museum in York show that contrary to popular belief, British identity has not always been homogeneously white. These pictures and stories of Britons from times gone by continue to surprise and educate.